Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Amelia is trying to do hamster hands, but realised the recording had started by then. Spooky season is officially upon us, so spooky films we will be doing. Welcome back to the show. I am your host, Purple Midnight 8, joined by Amelia, the Obsidian Nook, Petal SMR, my wife, the woman that annoys me every day and loves it. You want to say something? You can say something.
Do you want to shut the fuck up and stop offending me?
Yeah, we're being dicks tonight. We're both
Dickhead?
being dicks. Anyway,
I
welcome
was gonna
back
say
to the
this
show.
something, but then
Amelia,
I
why
thought,
don't you say hello?
hello.
Anyway, hello.
Bye.
Oh, she's done. End of episode, guys. Anyway, I do apologise. We are looking at The Evil Dead, the 1981 original, not the 2013/14 remake, reboot, whatever the fuck it was. As mentioned
It
in
was
the...
fucking terrible.
Says the one who got scared multiple times and was like disgusted and wanted to know so
No,
much
I
more
didn't.
about it. Yes, you did. You jumped several
No,
times.
I didn't.
You were, that scared shit out of me.
No, I didn't.
And then the whole time you were sat there like enraptured by it. And then yes, you did. The whole time I was sometimes I was trying to talk to you and you were just like,
Because you wanted me to watch the film, so I'm.
and you were enjoying it, but
I'm
you still
into
you put it above creep and left it below nerve, which is a fucking
it. Yeah,
crime.
because well, technically, it did have an attempted rape. So
Because it was yeah, but no, fucking at least it served the plot.
they could have done that with, it wasn't needed plot.
Yes, it was.
No,
Yes, it
they
was.
could have found another way around, but they could.
Yeah, but it's a demon.
A horny demon.
It's a demon.
A horny demon. I
It's,
think
it's
we're
a...
gonna get to.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm just.
Madam fucking high horse.
What do you mean, high horse?
Why didn't you get off it?
What do you mean?
You probably don't even know what it means. Am I opening the internet so you can read what high horse means? You're on your high horse.
How?
Being like, they had an attempted essay in it, so that means the film bad. But it served the plot because it was a fucking demon, and it. Yes, it did because it made everyone panic at the fact that she was actually like attacked by something. Whereas, what did you have with Creep? He fucking tries to essay her and that, and what did that do for the plot?
Come forward.
Oh, couldn't you think of something to say back to that? So you just like, you come forward, duh, duh, duh.
Attempted rape. It's still not okay.
Well, I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it is, but unlike Creep, it
I'm
actually...
sorry, it's like a bunch of people got college to do this film that was so shit.
It wasn't shit. You are speaking some fucking heresy.
And
It was made on like 300 grand, babe. Well, you gotta cut it some slack.
necessary music for it. I mean, I'm gonna butcher the shit out of it because it is fucking terrible.
You are gonna get butchered the shit out of in the comics. In the comments, even.
No.
Yes, you will. I mean, no, you won't because no one ever comments on it.
Freedom of speech.
I'll die. We're not talking about freedom of speech on this channel because the government will shut us down. Anyway, feel free to bully her in the comments for her thoughts on this classic.
Don't feel free. Thoughts because it's freedom of speech.
No.
My opinion, motherfucker.
Everyone's entitled to opinion, even if it's a wrong one. Anyway, I'm going to get on the actual film now. We have very different...
Shit, he's done 3 pages, guys.
I've done 2 pages, and the 3rd page just has the worst kill on it, because I couldn't get it to fit on the 2nd one. Anyway, you can get a coffee if you want, like a beer or what. You're going to listen to Amelia call this bullshit.
Written and directed by Sam Raimi. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to butcher your name. I generally cannot.
I want to restart this episode and not have you in it. Just your heresy, and then just reading the script and being like, he has a stupid name. I can't pronounce the word specific or genuinely, so haha, he has stupid name. That's a real fact. She can't pronounce those words correctly.
I think there's some space outside in the back garden. You know what I mean?
I'll put you under the fucking porch if you want. Anyway, this
It's
is
patio, actually.
we're getting divorced before the next episode. It sounds like a divorce. Anyway, so this film was written and directed by Sam Raimi, according to you. It's of course written by Sam Raimi, the director of the first, I want to say, three Spider-Man films. That has Tobey Maguire and I think anyway, I can't remember. But he also did most recently Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. And if you've seen this, you can see his directorial choices, we shall call it, because he has some interesting things that he likes to put. So, yeah. Anyway, so a group of friends are driving and singing cheerily for whatever reason. It was a bit strange. When an unseen force possesses the car and tries to crash them. Scott, who is played by Richard DeManicore, I apologise, I do not care to pronounce your name correctly. This cast, I read also, is mostly played by, I want to say, nobodies, except of course Bruce Campbell. I was reading through the casting of it, and they put an ad out in the newspaper and just did it to whoever, well, cast whoever came up. Oh my god. Anyway. So yeah, Scott, played by Richard DeManicore, drives them over a bridge but begins to collapse them as behind them as Ash, played by Bruce Campbell, of course, the man with the voice and the chin. Also, it's basically in every Sam Raimi film. Looks out over the water in despair. They arrive at a rickety old cabin in the woods, a classic location for murders and spooky things going on. Where Scott enters and looks around while Ash, Cheryl, his sister, by the way, that's randomly thrown in, played by Ellen Sandweiss, Linda, played by Betsy Baker, and Shelley, played by Teresa Tilly, begin unloading their car. Cheryl draws an image of a clock before her hand becomes possessed and draws a book with a face on it. Ooh. The group gathers for dinner when they are interrupted by something that forces open a cellar door. The group speculate over what's down there before Scott heads down to investigate on his own. Ash follows after when Scott doesn't respond to them, opening a door to find Scott, who jumps out at him and shows him some stuff he found. Ash finds a book that resembles Cheryl's drawing and a dagger with skulls on the handle. Ash and Scott take the stuff they found up to the others, where they gather to listen to Professor Noby, played by Bob Dorian, on a tape recorder. Noby's recording tells them of an excavation somewhere called Condor, where he found dagger and the book called the Book of the Dead. They overhear Noby speak a mysterious language which seems to bring the forest itself to life. I just got a message from Xbox. What the fuck? Morgan just bought Crash Team Rumble. What a sad get. Thanks for fucking... He may not physically be here, but he's here in spirit. Buying random garbage. I forgot where it was. They overhear Noby's... Yeah, seems to bring the forest itself to life, smashing a branch through a window. Ash sits with Linda and gives her a necklace with a small magnifying glass on it. Cheryl is lured into the woods by the presence, where she is eventually attacked by some possessed trees that also attempt to commit SA. Cheryl manages to free herself and escape to the cabin, slamming the door on the presence as Ash opens the door for her. The others don't believe her, yet Ash still agrees to take Cheryl into town for the night, and after the car struggles to start, they make it to the old bridge, where Ash discovers it to be mangled and destroyed. Very spooky. Ash continues to listen to Noby's voice on the tape while Cheryl suddenly turns into a deadite. As I explained to you, these are demons, not zombies. Not far off, but we'll get to that. Cheryl's body suddenly hits the ground, so Ash and Linda investigate, but Linda is stabbed in the leg by her with a pencil, which is gruesome, and Ash is thrown into a shelf. He gets that a lot in this film. He's thrown into like 4 shelves.
It's the fact that they add the sound effect of someone hitting something. It's really fucking terrible.
Will you shut the fuck up? No one asked for your input in this review. Stop trying to fucking gaslight people into believing your wrong opinion. Scott manages to knock deadite Cheryl into the basement and lock her inside of it, and Shelley begins to get worried by the presence lurking outside and goes to look out of a window where it attacks her. Scott goes to investigate once more, finding Shelley missing from her room, but he hears a bump from behind a curtain and pulls it back, of course finding nothing. However, upon opening another door, he also finds nothing. In the room, he finds deadite Shelley that attacks him, causing him to throw her into the fire. Pulls her out only to be attacked again, but Scott slashes her when she grabs the Kandarian dagger. When she rips her own hand off, Ash grabs the knife and plunges it into her, seemingly killing her. However, because it's not as easy as that, she reanimates once more, causing Scott to hack her brutally to death with an axe, putting her down seemingly for good. It's hard to tell, because, as we will see later on when we cover the other films, Stuzzy, we will see that it's not always that easy to kill them. Ash and Scott take her remaining parts outside where they bury her. Scott and Ash are left alone, with Scott volunteering to go out and search for a way out, while Ash stays with Linda. However, he watches in horror as Linda's foot becomes discolored in stop motion and she turns into a deadite. Yeah, there's a lot of stop motion stuff in here. It's really cool. Can you at least give them that the stop motions? I like the effect.
I'll give them the ending bit when it was kind of fucked up and they were dying.
Scott suddenly returns, having been attacked and badly wounded by the trees, as deadite Linda watches in glee. Ash tries to comfort him, however Scott quickly succumbs to his wounds while the deadite mocks them. Ash grabs a shotgun and plans on mercy killing deadite Linda, but she suddenly turns human and begs for help, alongside Cheryl. This, of course, is a trap set by the deadites who attack him. As I said to you, the deadites like to play tricks on people, because you were wondering why they weren't just killing them, but they like to torment them before they kill them. Ash fights off deadite Cheryl and drags deadite Linda outside, before returning inside and finding Scott dead. Deadite Linda attacks him with a Kandarian dagger, but he manages to disarm her and impales her onto it. He takes her outside to a shed and chains her to a table, but is unable to bring himself to dismember her with a chainsaw. Remember the chainsaw from when we cover the second one. He takes her outside to simply bury her, however, as she wasn't dismembered, she reanimates and attacks him, forcing him to decapitate her with a shovel and kill her for good. Sorry, I'm talking a lot and not really breathing. Returning inside, he unfortunately finds the basement open and grabs a shotgun, shooting deadite Cheryl when she ambushes him. When attempting to secure the house, he heads to the basement to retrieve more ammo. He's tormented by the night's events through voices that speak to him as the house literally bleeds. After returning upstairs, he begins to see things and becomes more paranoid after backing into a door, where he is attacked through it by deadite Cheryl, who he once more shoots in the face. Scott, however, suddenly reanimates and attacks him, almost knocking the Book of the Dead into the fire, and Ash plunges his thumbs into deadite Scott's eyes before pulling an appendage out that leaks blood, then smoke. Yeah, that was disgusting. When deadite Cheryl breaks in, Ash throws the book into the fire using Linda's necklace, which causes the deadites to freeze briefly before their bodies suddenly disintegrate and melt in stop motion. Yeah, that was grim. I think the Wikipedia called it like rapidly decomposing. Like their bodies just gone. Ash steps outside into the morning sun, where the demonic presence rushes towards him, the film ending as he screams. I feel like this is a very short review, but like this film was barely an hour and 25 minutes, so it was going to be quite a short one. Right, time to listen to her wrong opinion.
I'm not gonna do this anymore if you're just gonna like
God, I'm only messing
Be
around.
like that.
Like, fucking hell.
It was terrible. It was so fucking cheesy. It was generally like people got out of college and was like, let's make a film.
It was made on 300 grand, babe. It wasn't going to be like peak cinema. It wasn't going to be Scooby Doo,
It
which is
was
at the top of your fucking letterbox list.
it was laughable. Generally, I laughed so much.
You didn't laugh that much.
I
You
did.
barely laughed. You fucking liar. You make it sound so much worse than it is. At least when you get to the sequels, it'll be actually like a comedy, essentially. So, I can answer a question for you. No, she wouldn't get it on DVD. No, this isn't her cup of tea. Actually, would you say it was your cup of tea, even though it was shit, apparently?
No.
Fine. God, this episode sucks. I apologise. I wanted this to be a fun one, but she's made it boring. She's like, this film's shit. Like, I still enjoyed Nerve more, even though it was a film where nothing happens.
In all honesty, I would rather watch Nerve again than this.
Yeah, go get that back from the charity shop then. Honestly, me and you are going to be having some words.
Excuse me? Excuse me.
Anyway, best kill goes to Deadite Scott and Deadite Cheryl at the end when they disintegrate into dust. Of course it was.
We actually agreed on that. So.
We agreed on both of these, so at least she got something right.
God.
No, I'm just messing with you, don't you?
No.
Oh, fuck me. Right. Yeah, divorce time. I'm joking. I'm just joking. Please don't hurt me.
Why would you say that?
It's oh my god, you don't understand what like comedic effect is. Forget it. This whole episode was a mistake.
I think
I'm just gonna stop and delete it.
I think he wants to blow his own brains out.
I want to blow your brains out.
Why mine?
Anyway, just to wrap this up, so I don't have to listen to her complain anymore.
You asked for my opinion. You're getting my opinion.
Mistakes were made.
You asked me a question. I'm answering your fucking question.
Anyway, Boyce kills human Scott because he just dies. He gets whipped by some trees off screen and then just dies. Cool. Thanks, bye. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, so that was, well, not really my thoughts. Of course, this film is a classic that Amelia will never understand. Like, honest, it's upset me a little bit. I won't lie, because I love this film.
You can love it. It's fine, and you can watch it again and again on your own.
I just won't watch it with you.
When I'm not in the house, but when I'm downstairs.
When I'm dead.
But I'm never watching this effing shit again.
Heresy. Absolute heresy.
I'm sorry. It was generally I just was fucking laughing in my brain.
But you were so enthralled and so much of it made you jump. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Like, you were
because-
asking questions about it, you seemed genuinely interested, and you were like thecking from bottom. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. As I say, this film is an absolute
I don't know
classic.
if he's gonna be here next week or if he's gonna have a mental.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's gonna go and sit in the woods and hug a tree.
Hopefully not like it happens in this film. But yeah, anyway. I fucking love this film and admittedly it's completely wrong. Goodbye, everyone. No. Once again, I'm kidding. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion and all that.
Like it's like everyone's entitled.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But I really enjoy it. I think it's a cheesy mess of a film, and that's what makes it so lovable. It's because it was a passion project made by like 5 people, no, 13-ish, and that's what sort of made it like so lovable. Is because of how cheesy and low budget it is. But they definitely made some very good practical effects with their budget. Like they used a lot of blood. like a lot of blood, and all the like stop motion stuff is really cool. But some of the more CG effects looked a bit. It didn't age very well, but it's the 80s, so it wasn't going to be great. But yeah, thank you ever so much for listening. I've been your host, as always, Purple Midnight 8, joined by the Obsidian Nook, Pale ASMR, or Amelia, to put it simply. It's her film. Well, it's spooky month, so it might actually be a film I like, so you're on my hair. Spooky month. I don't know what she wants to do. We haven't even picked the film we want to come out on Halloween. So
Bob the Builder.
we're gonna do the Bob the Builder movie, if there even is one. Why not? I hope. Stay tuned. You'll see. But anyway, for now, thank you so much for listening, and we will see you in a few days.